one long time, yeah.
Wow. So when you got married, you didn't really come on social media to talk about your marriage. So how did it all start for you? You coming on social media?
I think it was after we got married, and then when we had kids, we decided we wanted to be a little bit different from everybody else.
Right.
Basically show the unscripted, you know, because online you see a lot that is not real. And we figured, you know, why not do something different, show the realness of what a typical family would look like. So that's what motivated us.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say, Ruth was the real inspiration for it, because at the time I was a full-time teacher in New York City.
Okay.
And, you know, as she said, like, you know, we had watched social media channels and different families, and we felt like a lot of the family videos were not candid enough. They were like polished. It was almost like fake. It was like too perfect, too not real. And people watch it, they might look up to it, and they might try to mimic and imitate the perfection, but it's like impossible to achieve. So Ruth's idea was, which is really smart, she's like, let's do something. This is when Summer was born, our first daughter. She's like, let's create a video channel that shows the bad with the good. So she's like, no family's perfect. Everyone gets into like arguments and everything.
Yeah.
Like, of course there's love. In the end, love conquers all. And, you know, we're together, we're tight, you know, we're tight as a family, but, you know, every family has their issues. So that's what we want to show.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And you have inspired so many people out there. I know, you know, some people just want to cover up their problems in their homes, but you have made people feel comfortable and know that no home is perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about your love story. How did you meet?
I met him at a New York City party. I was at a rooftop. It was the first time I ever went to a party and the last time I ever went to a party.
Okay.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. I wasn't gonna, I mean, it was a Memorial Day weekend. I was in the city from work. And I was like, you know, let me go to a party. I grew up in a Christian home, so my dad was pretty strict, my mom as well.
What, were they pastors?
Yes, my dad was growing up.
Okay.
So once I traveled, it took me a while to put myself out there. But that weekend, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to a party. So I went to the rooftop party, I met him, and then that was history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad party. It's a good party.
It's a good party.
Yeah, it was pretty random. I was with a buddy of mine, and you know, we weren't really getting anywhere. We kind of felt the energy, and he left early. He bounced, but I decided to stay back. And yeah, I remember it. Ruth was walking. Right. Well, Ruth was with a friend too. She was walking out of. It's like a rooftop bar. They had the open space that, you know, there was no enclosure, but then they had the part where, because it was during the winter, no, it was during the springtime, but they had a part that was inside, and as Ruth was walking out and I was walking in, we kind of looked at each other, and that was it. Yeah, we kind of.
Then he followed me around.
Then I followed her around, yeah, just because no one else was interesting. All the other girls were.
So what about her was interesting to you that day?
Well, she had a great smile.
Okay.
That's the thing I noticed. And when she looked at me, it was kind of like that moment.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. I was with a girl. I met a girl there.
Okay.
I went alone, which I never do to anything, because, you know. And I met this girl there, and the girl was telling me, hey, we should just go home. There's not a lot of cute guys here. So I was like, so I was walking out while we were saying it, and out from the inside to the outside, because it was a rooftop. And then I was like, how about him? He's good looking. And I looked right at him when I said that. So we kind of locked eyes.
Oh, okay.
And I realized he was following me everywhere. Wherever I go, he's there. No, he's not a creep, but yeah. So then I saw him on the other side. I had gone to get a drink, and then I saw him, and then he looked at me, and I kind of had to give him a little nudge, like, you can talk to me now.
Yeah.
So he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the conversation was great. You know, it was really nice. We clicked pretty tight, and
He went home, and I went home.
yeah, of course, we went our separate ways. You know, first night, but then
we met the next morning for brunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I invited her out because she was in the city in New York City for the weekend.
Yeah.
She had to go back upstate to work, and I live on Long Island, and it takes a train ride. I mean, I could go back and forth. It's not a problem, but I was staying in the city that night, and I figured like having brunch the next morning would be a good idea. So thankfully, she accepted, and
it started from there.
It started from there.
Yeah.
So at that time when you met, you were both single,
Yeah.
searching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't, or naturally, because it takes a while to get me warmed up to somebody, especially to boys, men, whatever. And I had actually forgotten about that whole thing when I went upstate New York because I was there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
But Derek made a phone call to me and left me this sweet voice note. And you know, like when a guy calls you and just tells you that, you know, they want to see you, they want to do this, they want to do that. No, he was different. He called me and said, I had a wonderful day today. I took my mom to her birthday party or to her birthday dinner, and I did this and I did the laundry. And I'm like, that is so unique.
Yeah.
He's just telling me how his day is going. And that's very different from a lot of men because they just want to just go out and do things that are inappropriate. So I was like, you know what? I want to see him again.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I hope you people are taking notes to make sure you follow the steps because that's a tip right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you Ghanaian?
Yes.
Full-blown Ghanaian?
Yes.
Mother, father Ghanaian?
Yep.
Wow. Did you grow up in Ghana?
Yes. I left Ghana when I was 17.
Okay.
16, 17.
Right. Which part of Ghana do you come from?
Accra. So my mom is a Ga.
Okay.
And my dad is a Tree, Fante from Cape Coast.
Okay. Wow. So you left when you were 17?
Yeah.
To go to school?
To go to school in my last year of school. I was in Holy Child, and in my last year of Holy Child, I left to go to the States.
Okay. All right. So you can speak Tree, you can speak Ga. What's a Tree?
Yeah, me but I mix it with a little English.
Okay.
Sometimes.
And what about the Ga?
In one.
Oh, that's nice. So can your children speak it?
No, they cannot.
They cannot. Right. What about you?
My background?
Yes, your background.
Okay, so my parents were both born in America. Their grandparents, my father's side is half German, half Latvian. And my mother's side is Italian. And if you were to split that, it's half from the mainland, half Sicilian.
Okay.
So I guess I'm a European mutt. And, but yeah, like, I was born in America. And yeah, New York.
Yeah.
New Yorker through and through, born, raised, and, still live there now.
Yeah.
Long Island, close to New York City. And it's been great. I love it.
That's lovely.
Good.
So you have 3 children, right?
Yes, we do.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you started your journey with social media when you had your very first. Did you ever think that it was going to be this big for you?
No, no, it didn't. No, we didn't
It started
really think
as a
about
hobby.
It started as a hobby, honestly. Something for me to do because Derek was, when we got married, I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And Derek was a teacher. He's an amazing teacher. He had something going for him. So I figured, I'm home anyway. I'm taking care of Summer. Might as well just take these cute little videos. And most of them I shared with him.
Okay.
And it was just fun to sit and edit and just, play with her and then have, people look at it. It was pretty cool. Oh, that's us.
Yeah,
that's
that's great.
Yeah, those are the kids.
So do you still teach?
No, not in a public school. I resigned from that, but I do private tutoring and mentoring.
Okay, all right.
So I do everything online.
Okay, but you're a full-time mom.
Yeah, full time.
Full.
Hands
Do
full.
you get some revenue from social media?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear it's really good.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends.
Well, it depends on the month. It depends on
Depends.
how much how much work you're putting into it. It depends on how
It's also
many.
the platform.
It also depends on the platform.
Okay.
That you're on. Because some of the platforms do not pay, and some of them are just
Pay better than others.
Pay
better
better.
than
Okay.
others. And also it depends on the engagement. And
Right. I think on Facebook you have over 3 million followers, right? And what about TikTok?
We don't really do. I mean, I've only posted a few, maybe 10 videos on TikTok, but I think it's like 70K followers there.
Okay.
We don't do anything on there.
It's more Facebook.
Yeah, it's more Facebook.
Why Facebook?
I think during the pandemic, everyone was home, and we were doing YouTube, but then a lot of the YouTube, we found that YouTube is a bit different than Facebook.
Yeah.
They're more polished. A lot of the couples are very polished, and it really isn't like, it's not like real, it's not
The real
in a way,
life.
it's not real life. It's made to look pretty.
It's not reality based.
It's not reality
almost, in the
based.
sense,
And I think Facebook allows you to be more natural. I mean, there's more judgment there. But we found out that perhaps starting something like Facebook and starting fresh on a new platform and just continue to be ourselves would be better. So we started Facebook 2020. Mid 2020, and the first 6 months I got pregnant with my second daughter, Autumn, and I was sick for 6 months, so we took a 6 months break. And then once I delivered, I came back. And then we've been doing that since.
3 million followers. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The growth has been a steady growth. I've seen you pour out your emotions on Facebook as well when you're going through it. You don't hold back. Don't you feel that you'll be judged when you do that?
Yeah, you know, I have conflicting feelings about that. The judgment, sure, but in the end, I feel like social media has become such an integral part of like everyday life and society. I feel like everyone all over the world, like it's just become something, a part of everyone's life where, you know, you get judged whether you're on social media or not. Like, for example, even if you weren't on social media and you're in school or at your job, whatever, or with your friends, whatever, it's much smaller, but you know, you have like good friends you can count on, you have like colleagues, associates, you have those that, you know, might talk behind your back, but you have some feeling. So like, it's just expanded in that. Like we have a lot of love and support, which is great, but unfortunately we have a lot of trolls who unfortunately don't have the nicest things to say. And, you know, for me personally, I just roll with the punches at this point. At first, I would get a little upset and, you know, angry at some of the comments, but now I just, honestly, it's just part of the game. It's not the game, but it's part of the whole thing. And it doesn't really bother me that much, to be honest. I mean, it bothers me for my wife and my kids. Yeah. Like for me per se, they could say whatever they want about me. I'm like, whatever. But, you know, for my wife and my kids, that's who I have to look out for.
Right.
Sure.
Have you felt at a point in time that you really want to leave Facebook because of the trolls? Sometimes?
I wouldn't say because of the trolls, because I mean, that would mean they're winning. And I think that's really the ultimate goal, is perhaps they see something that maybe they want. I mean, we all are allowed to feel jealous. Sometimes I look at a mom and she can take off and just just go out of the country for a few days, or even just down the street with other kids and take like a spa couple of days. I'm like, oh, I really want that.
Yeah.
Just have my own solo time. And I get a little jealous. I'm like, like I wish I could do that, but I'm not gonna hate on her. And if she's doing it, I'll be like, good, come on, do it for all of us. Like, enjoy for us. Yeah. I see some of the homes of people, you know, they cook in these beautiful, elaborate kitchens. I'm like, I wish I had that beautiful kitchen, but I'm not gonna hate on her. I'll just say, cook in that kitchen, cook for us. Like, I'm urging them on. I think people allow their jealousy or enviness to embody them, and then they go ahead and say all these things. But it hasn't stopped us, and I don't think that's going to be the thing to stop us. I think,
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm really loving your family. You have a very beautiful family. So will we have more children?
We're considering it. Yeah, maybe a fourth. I think 4 would be the limit. Like right now we have 2 girls and 1 boy, but we figure another boy would be nice, even it out, or even another girl would be great too. Like for me, it's always as long as they're happy and healthy. You know, girl or boy, regardless, I'm blessed, happy either way. So yeah.
That's amazing. Did you always want to marry a black woman?
You know, it changed through time. Yeah, for me, it was kind of weird. Growing up, I'll be honest, when I was in grade school and junior high school and high school, I had a strong attraction toward Asian women.
Okay.
And then after that, it was more Caucasian, and then, you know, black and Hispanic. And then, you know, when I met her, it was pretty much like anybody. Like, it was weird because I just had these different, I wouldn't even know what to call it. I just had these different attractions. But for me, when I met her at that point, you know, I met...
Your soulmates.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's more than anything, you know, she's the best. She's gorgeous.
Oh.
She's fantastic, intelligent. She's everything, you know, and being African and Ghanaian, like it's great. For me, it's a bonus. It's an addition. It's great because, you know, it makes me kind of connect the bridge between, you know, our cultures, and, you know, it's been great. It's been wonderful. I really like it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So can I touch him?
Yeah.
You can touch him. Okay. Sorry. I wanted to, but I...
Oh, you can touch him. You can feel free.
Okay.
Do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Yes.
It's funny because behind the camera, we're doing social media. We really don't hold back. And I mean, I kind of act silly a lot of the times, and you probably like this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was kind of nervous and anxious. This is our first time doing something professional, you know, with
The professional setting, yeah. But
you know,
I think we try to let this part of us show. I mean, we're already like this behind when there's no filming. We're still, you know, couples say, you know, we've been married for 12 years, and sometimes it starts dwindling down how you love each other, but we still walk in the street holding hands. We still are madly in love. We, you know, we do things. We're like, oh, maybe we should hide because we're parents now. But it's, you know, we just,
It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the big takeaway from all this
Yeah.
is that, again, being like the whole less scripted thing is like, you know, we do talk like either on camera or even behind the scenes off camera. Like raising the family, it's not easy. Like it's hard. You know, kids are hard.
Yeah.
Like, and like we said, you know, we've watched other families online and they make it look like, you know, everyone's dressed so nice and the kids are acting so well. I'm like I mean, it's nice, sure, it's great, and I'm happy for them. But like I said, we want to show, you know, sure, kids will have tantrums. You know, I'm not always going to be happy. You know, sometimes I'm upset about something. Sometimes she's upset. You know, we're human. You know, so we're not perfect, and we show that. But in the end, you know, we're always working on it. You know, being husband, wife, and parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for a father, let's talk about your role in raising your children. Probably Africa might be a bit different, but in the Western land, what's your role? How helpful are you?
Oh, I love being helpful. Like for Ruth, like, okay, honestly, she does more for our kids, especially, for example, Ocean now, who's 15 months. Ruth primarily takes care of like the feeding, the nap time. She does bath and stuff like that. I play with them. I take them out. I'll take them to the park, take them shopping. I'll, you know, play with them and stuff. And
so you share the responsibilities.
yeah, we share the responsibilities.
Okay.
Absolutely, like washing, like dishes, laundry, cleaning the house. Like we both. It's a teamwork.
Oh, wow.
It's a teamwork. Yeah, we do half and half.
He does most of those things, which is the laundry and all of that stuff. He probably does more than me. And then, you know, I do he would cook in the weekends. I would do some dinners, or we would order out. But yeah, he likes to be a little bit more, he's more
organized,
I would say. Because, you know, as moms, our heads are everywhere. I'm basically doing what I need to do with the kids, and he's picking up after me. He's making sure everything is set in order.
Like honestly, when I was teaching, I was the primary, you know, breadwinner, caretaker and everything. You know, Ruth took care of the kids, but, you know, I was working crazy hours and stuff because besides teaching at school, I was doing other things. But with social media, we both do it, but Ruth is actually the brains behind the operation. She primarily takes role of that. So I offer more of a supportive role. Yeah. And with that said, you know, because she spends a lot of time doing that, I'll take the responsibilities of cleaning and laundry and going shopping, grocery shopping and fixing things, whatever. And you know, I like it. I come to enjoy it. I think it's good skills to have.
You know, I'm just asking myself this, but then I know most of my viewers are asking this question, so I'll have to ask on behalf of my viewers.
Yes, of course.
Is it easier marrying a white man than a black man? I know you've never married a black man, but your father is black.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it?
I think my mother probably tells me more than that, how it is. Because we lived with them for a little bit while they were in the States, and a couple of times I would hear him say, hear her tell my dad, why can't you just do it kind of like how Derek is doing it? I think that in the end, I think what I see is, especially with Derek, is willing to do those roles that everyone thinks a woman is supposed to be in the kitchen, to cook, to take care of the kids. And now a woman is even supposed to work as well and do all of those things. A guy is just supposed to just go work and sit down while the woman serves her. And I think that's so different. It should be, and I think that's the difference between, like, you know, a typical Ghanaian African man and then a Caucasian man, because, you know, they're raised to help out and do everything. You're forming this union and you're helping each other. The woman is bringing something and you're also bringing something, and together you're becoming one, as it intends to be, not one serving another person, you know, so, yeah.
Wow. Have questions? Do you guys have questions? You're amazed, aren't you? Okay, if you have a question, you can take the microphone and then go ahead and ask your question.
Hi.
Yes, hi, darling.
I wanted to ask if, let's say, you have misunderstanding or something. Do you also record that and put it on the internet?
I think that our misunderstandings, believe it or not, sometimes happens while we're filming.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we just become so used to it that we just do it. I've seen some of the commenters say, stop fighting. We're right here. We're watching. We're like, okay. You know, they have to. I think that's natural because it's not planned. When you have a misunderstanding with your partner, it's not really planned. It just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. And although we don't have a lot of those, when they do happen to be while we're online on a live video or something, we don't let it stop us. And then we hash it out right there, right on there.
Yeah.
And then it's like we're maybe arguing a little bit, and then we're back to hugging and kissing, and then we're back to like, okay, we're having the best time, and he's back to being silly and funny, then back to laughing. Right. So we just never ever hold arguments for a long time. That's beautiful.
I wanted to know if you get jealous when he's talking to another lady or something.
You don't have to hold the microphone. You can hold the microphone for now. Okay.
I mean, he's not really done anything of that sort to...
Maybe when I look.
He's never really done anything to make me feel jealous. And I'm sure if like a woman, if somebody else was there kind of, I don't know, if somebody else was there trying to get his attention, I would think it's cute. You know, unless you're touching or something and being inappropriate, then I might just look at him and be like, let's go. But usually when they're speaking to him, I'll be like, go for it. You want to give him a hug? Give him a hug. I mean, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Same with you, Derek?
Yeah, you know, she's talking to a guy. I mean, like, if it's a harmless, you know, embrace, like a hug or a chatting, whatever, if that's what it is, yeah, it's really not a big deal. I don't really get, you know, as long as, you know, I don't think we would be comfortable with like, oh, I'm going out with that person for the evening to have dinner and then I'll be back. That's kind of, that might not work. But if it's just like conversation and just, you know, relaxing, chilling out, then...
Which is a prank I've done on him before. I got dressed, said I was going out to go meet a friend, and I was dressed very short dress, and he was like, where are you going? I'm gonna go meet this guy friend, but it was a prank.
I know, so that didn't fly with me.
He says no.
You gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right, any more questions? Any more questions? You see how I don't know, my studio audience are so, you are amazed at their love story?
I want to fall in love.
You want to fall in love?
Yeah.
So now that you've seen them in person and you've heard their love story, will you marry a Ghanaian man?
Yes.
Why?
They cheat too much.
Okay. I don't know if she's been cheated on before or not. I don't know where this is coming from. But how do you film your content? How do you create it?
We just create it. We record and then we sometimes go live. So we do like everything we do normally as a family. It makes it easier. So if we're waking up in the morning, getting the kids ready for school, and you know, I'm in a bathroom getting them brushing their teeth or something.
Just like a random thing?
Yeah,
it's never planned.
It's never planned. Day in the life, like I'm just filming what we're doing that day.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to do a lot more silly, you know, more funny pranks and whatnot, but we don't do that as much.
Right. When it was just us, right? Even before summer, when we just had it as a hobby, kind of, we did a lot of pranks on each other. It was just a little silly. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because there were like no responsibilities with children, right?
Yeah. Right.
But once summer came along, it kind of transitioned from us being like silly and goofy and just pranking to more of like a family-oriented and okay, now we're parents, we gotta get more serious with everything. And you know, we still have great times. Yeah, we joke around with each other a lot.
Yes, that is.
But we, it's more down to earth, like, okay, we have responsibilities as parents now and, you know, as husband and wife, and we gotta make this whole thing work, you know, make it work together.
So you don't sit down and say, today, we should do this and capture it and post it out there?
Oh, no. I think if you watch most of their things are Oh, this is us in Ghana.
Yeah.
We'll say like we should do something. We'll have some ideas.
Some ideas.
of
Okay.
what to do. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But as Ruth said, like it'll be.
Yeah, if we're traveling, we have the camera with us, and we make sure to have the camera. We have a couple of them, so one is in the living room, one is in the kitchen.
Okay.
And if something cute is happening, one time I caught my daughter's, Autumn, I was sitting in living room, and then I was like, where is she? And I looked in the kitchen, she had taken out a bowl, cracked an egg in it, filled it with water, and she was like mixing it up, and she was singing, mix it up, mix it up.
Oh.
It's the cutest thing, but she was making a big fat mess. So a camera was right there, and I captured it, and obviously I filmed it and then gave it to, put it online.
Yeah.
And everyone loved seeing it, but it's like little impromptu moments like that.
Right.
So just have the camera around just in case something happens.
Yeah. But obviously, like traveling here, for example, like we're ready. We knew we were going to travel, so we're like, okay, we're going to have the camera.
Okay.
And we're going to show them,
Yes.
a train trip, whatever.
Yes.
But we don't script for saying, okay, we're going to talk about this. We just let it whatever
Let it
happens
go.
happens. Pretty
Right.
much, yeah.
Is this your first time coming to Ghana after getting married?
Second time.
Second time?
Yeah.
And how has it been every time you come to Ghana?
It's been great. Everyone's been super friendly,
Yeah.
super nice. The country's fantastic. It really has been.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been wonderful. They've been very welcoming.
Very.
Just lovely. Never an issue. It's just great. Yeah.
I'm very proud to be a Ghanaian
Yeah.
in many ways because I feel like Ghana is so different. I've always had this mentality, which I grew up here, so I know everyone is always smiling, willing to help, willing to be supportive, so sweet, so kind, like just smiling and happy and just, I don't know, it's just something about Ghana. The vibe is great, the people are amazing. You know us, how we grew up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm very proud.
We watched, I forgot what show it was. It was like a travel show, and it was a Ghanaian man, actually. They were showing nightclubs and stuff. And I think he put it best. He's like, Ghana, you should go to Ghana first. It's like Ghana, it's Africa for beginners. And I think like this country, and I haven't been to any other African country, but I think that's such a good example of like, you come here, and I think it's very welcoming. People are very nice. Like, it's just very accommodating. Like, basically, you feel safe here. You feel
Very
like
safe, yeah.
it's great. So when he said that Africa for beginners, it's like, come here first, let us ease you into it, and then you can explore from here. And I agree. I think it's a wonderful starting point.
Thank you so much for loving Ghana.
Yeah.